Something very special to show you here today, and this is our 2021 on a 21 plate Volkswagen Transporter. This is a T6.1, which is the shape. This one is a T32, meaning it's got a 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. And I'll talk to you a little bit later in the video about why that's important, so stick around for that. This has got the 2-litre bi-turbo TDI diesel engine producing 204 brake horsepower from standard from the factory. It's got the 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox, and this is the short wheelbase Highline Kombi van. Clearly not standard. This one has got a fantastic host of not only factory options but also some lovely bits which are obviously quite apparent here, which have been added afterwards as well. So starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one of course is spec'd with a tailgate. What a tailgate is one door which comes up like so, but the few things which are different about this particular van really start here. So not only is it a glazed tailgate, which is of course the factory option, but this one is actually electric as well, and I'll show you that in just a second. At the back here we've also got the reversing camera, which is a factory option, and you'll notice here a subtle change, but I think just really sets it off nicely, is that the back of the vehicle has been debadged. So you'd usually have a sort of transporter logo on here or something, or TDI logo, but I think that all that being debadged I think is very, very nice. And the rear badge has been changed as well to a gloss black rear badge, but with the body colour inlaid there. So the body colour on this van is called Pure Grey, which is absolutely stunning. Sort of, if you're familiar with Audis, it's kind of like a Nardo grey, flat grey sort of colour, but it really does set the van off very, very nicely. But the big thing which has been added to this van is the body styling. So we can see here that we've got a rear spoiler, we've got side skirts, we've got a whole new front bumper, and of course the front end is totally different, and this is all by a company called ABT. Now ABT, as you can just see there, the little badge, ABT is effectively the sort of Audi and VW approved modification house. So if you can imagine AMG for Mercedes, this is what ABT is to Volkswagen and Audi. So this has got the full body styling on here, and as I say, we'll talk you through that as we go around. So we've got lovely rear spoiler there, very, very angular. I say all the pieces on the van have got the ABT badge there, of course, to the absolute highest of quality as well, as you would expect. Looking at the bit lower down then, as I say, whole new rear bumper on this van. So you can see here the way the sculpture of how this goes around here, that side sensor, but the way that it flicks out on the back here, of course, it makes it quite unique. There's the lovely satin black rear diffuser there, and the gloss black for exhaust tips. One thing I must note, those exhaust tips are not plumbed in, they are there for show, but they do look very, very nice indeed. And as I say, lovely little touch there, the ABT badge on that rear bumper as well. Of course, as you'd expect, being the quality that it is, the rear sensors all fit in absolutely perfectly. It just looks so, so nice indeed. In terms of condition then of this particular van, of course it's not particularly old. This one I believe was registered in May 2021 and in fantastic condition. Of course, if there's anything that I can see or point out to you in terms of adverse condition, I will note that to you. Let's move on then. As I say, electric rear tailgate. All you need to do is give that little handle a squeeze and the tailgate will open up like so. You can also see then that the vehicle is fully carpeted in the back of here. It is all insulated behind as well, including of course the headline, and you can see we've got the LED spotlights there in the headlining. Now people who know their VWs will know what these boxes mean. So you've got that on either side, and that also tells us that we've got twin electric side loading doors. In terms of condition here in the back, absolutely spot on, I guess, as you would expect with this sort of age and mileage. We've got the nice soft touch flooring in the rear of the Kombi, and we can also see the rear seating here, which I'll talk you through in just a second. On the rear tailgate then, there's a number of ways you can open and close this. One is of course on the actual tailgate itself by squeezing the handle, and then by pushing the button just there, and the tailgate will do all the work for you. You can also do it from the key, and you can do it as well on the dashboard as well. So really, really nice, and exactly the same goes for the side doors as well. Having a quick look here down the side of the vehicle then, so just looking for those reflections for any little dings or dents, but you can see how clean and straight, of course, this vehicle is, in very, very good condition. Of course, our guys always prep them to the highest of standards as well. Moving on to the side loading door then, simply give that a quick pull and the door will open and do all of the work for you, and this unveils the lovely leather interior. Of course, this isn't from factory, this has been done afterwards, but to, again, the absolute highest of standards, as you see with the rest of the van. So we've got the hexagon style trim in the middle, so black leather with a lovely contrasting white stitch just there. This one, of course, has got the 2+1 rear seating configuration. That means that you've got full independence of these 2 rear seats. Of course 3 seats, but let's say split into a 2 and a 1. What that allows you to do is give this handle a little pull there, and that gives you access then into the back. This is, of course, how you actually remove the seat as well. A little handle on there to give that a pull, and you can remove it all together. There's a top tether on this seat as well. And then if we look into the middle, we've got the little pull tab just there. If we give that a pull, we can then fold the seat completely down flat as well, and you can do exactly the same with this seat. So give that a pull, and there we are. You've got all your seats completely flat as quickly as that. That allows you, of course, to load things on top of here. You can even get a combi bed which goes over the top of here if you wanted to as well. But the main thing is you can remove them, and as I say, being a 2+1, you could just remove the single or the double. So as I say, lots and lots of versatility. For your rear passengers' comfort, you have got a drop-down DVD player here. There are some additional inputs on the side, a USB port, an SD card slot and a HDMI input there as well. So very, very nice for the children in the back. And we can have a look at the back of the front seats while we're here as well. You can see no marks or any damage there, all in really good order, and I say a different aspect here of that load space as well. All the carpet lining and the floor absolutely spot on. Moving on then, moving into the cab, opening up the passenger door. Lovely condition there. Same with the step in the entrance way here. If I move this mat out the way, you can see that this one has got cab carpet as well, but also the Volkswagen rubber over mats in the front there, again for protection in the front, and lovely trim here in the front. So these seats, of course, matching the trim of the rear seats, but the big change here is the actual structure of the seat itself. So the bolsters have been changed here, and also these sort of wings at the top. And I say, just makes a dramatic difference to when you're actually sitting in them, and how hugging these seats are compared to the standard version. In terms of condition, absolutely, of course, lovely condition throughout. Really like the VW badge here on each backrest. And of course, as always, you've got the twin adjustable armrests as well, so you can set those to your desired height using that wheel underneath. You can turn the passenger airbag off on this side, but we'll come around to all the spec when we get over to the driver's side just there. Once you're ready to close the door, then you can give that a pull, and that will automatically close the door for you and say do all of the work. While we're here on the sides then, we've also got the other piece of body styling here, and that is the lovely ABT side skirts. Very subtle, but I think just set it off very nicely, of course, in the body colour, and that lovely ABT badge there at the back. But I just think, as I say, very subtle, but I think it doesn't need any more than that. I think it looks very, very nice indeed. The vehicle has been slightly lowered, and that allows these lovely 20-inch Momo satin black alloy wheels to really fill the arch very, very nicely, and of course just really completes the look, in my opinion. The alloys are all in fantastic condition and marked as far as I can see, looking very, very nice indeed. And then moving around to the front, and the ABT goodness continues here. So we've got the lovely ABT front splitter down here. The whole fog light surrounds are completely different as well, giving it much more of an aggressive look. Gloss black grills with a pure grey line going through the middle. Again, that little ABT badge down there as well. Just really is a sign of quality. And then you've got the fantastic ABT front grille. And I really like these little details here, which just overlap the front bumper, which you wouldn't get on, of course, a standard grille, all in gloss black. And as I say, with that nice pure grey stripe going through the middle. And the front badge is there to replicate the rear one, so it's gloss black with the pure grey inserts as well. Just really, what a beautiful looking front end. And I say, when you combine that with the rest of the styling there, I think it's pretty hard to beat. This one, another optional extra then, it's got of course the LED headlights. Big optional extra on these, makes a huge difference, and it gives you that lovely LED daytime running light just there. Front fog lights, parking sensors all around, of course, as to be expected. In terms of condition, here at the front, I say there are a few stone chips, which are really about all I can particularly fault this van on, I say condition-wise. I guess to be expected with any used vehicle, but there are a few stone chips dotted around here. Nothing particularly severe to point out to you, but as I say, just dotted around in a few places here on the front of the van, a few stone chips that I can see. Also, a nice little, again, subtle feature, just this little brow trim here on the top of the headlight in the gloss black, and it just continues very nicely into that styling there, which is factory from VW. And then finally here on the outside of the vehicle, looking down that driver's side, and you can just see how clean and straight that is. No issues there, all looking very, very nice indeed. And we've got also the roof bars as well, which just set it off, I think, with the rear spoiler. But what a gorgeous, gorgeous looking van. We'll open up the driver's side loading door, just give you an angle from here. So I know I've got, of course, the seat folded down now, but you can see the condition of the step and the floor, just how nice this is in here. Hasn't been used as a van at all. I actually know the person who has been using this van previously, so it has been just used as a car commuting back and forth to work. Looking into the driver's door then, the step in lovely order. Of course, the mat is there to protect the carpet underneath. Looking at the driver's seat, no excessive wear here to the driver's seat, and as I say, lovely and comfortable with these extended bolsters and the wings at the top. And of course, as I say, the twin armrests as well. Electric windows, electric heated folding mirrors. You've got, of course, auto-activated lights and wipers, 2 full remote keys with the vehicle, and as I say, if you look at the key here, you can actually see the buttons here to be able to operate the side doors on there as well. Another feature on this particular vehicle, I say, we have got a lot of shadows here because we're in a lot of sunlight, but we've got this very nice chunkier flat bottom steering wheel with the grey, you could almost call it pure grey, ring at the top there for dead centre. A really nice sporty feel to that. Of course, all the usual features of a Highline Kombi on here. So you've got your cruise control, your adaptive cruise control, and on the right hand side you've got your onboard computer controls as well. Another feature, optional extra on this van, if you see this little panel just here, that's actually a blind spot indicator on the vehicle. So it's got side sensors on the vehicle to spot for anything in your blind spot. This one has also got your lane departure system and road sign recognition as well. Again, all optional extras. You can see the little 30 dial just up there, 30 sign just up there, denoting that, as I say, on this road it is 30 miles an hour. 18,865 miles. Of course, you are fully covered under manufacturer's warranty as well with this vehicle until May 2024. 12 volt socket up on top of here. As I mentioned, you've got that 7-speed all-important DSG gearbox. Very, very good gearbox in my opinion. Up there with the very best that you can get in a commercial vehicle. The Mercedes one's good as well, but as I say, I think this is really right up there. Optional extras then, we have got, as a heated front seats here. We've also got the park assist on this vehicle as well, and as I say, you can operate the doors from the dashboard there if you want to let the rear passengers out. You can actually turn the system off as well if you want to, so if you've got children in the back and you don't want them jumping out and letting themselves out, you can disable that. Below here then we've got 2 USB ports and a 12 volt socket, and then we've got the lovely screen up here. So another optional extra is that this vehicle has got satellite navigation. What that allows you, or gives you should I say, of course, is not just sat nav, which is very, very nice indeed, but it also gives you wireless app connect, which I think is just an absolutely fantastic feature. I saw a stat this week that 71% of buyers in the UK wouldn't consider a vehicle, you know, unless it had Apple CarPlay these days. So it's just becoming such an important part of buying culture and how we use our vehicles. It's just such a good facility to use. What it gives you, of course, is things like your Apple Maps. You can listen to your podcasts, your music on here as you would on your phone. Of course, you can use things like Google Maps or Waze as well if you prefer. And for Android users, you have got Android Auto on here. If I put the vehicle into reverse, you can see this is where the reversing camera is displayed as well, and you've got all your parking sensors noted on there. So I say, really has got a fantastic spec, this vehicle. So just to summarise, I did mention a bit earlier in the video, the T32 aspect. Being a T32, it is classed as a commercial vehicle, so this will keep the accountant satisfied for any business users. That's a really sort of major point to consider if you are a business user. But this is, as I say, a T32 T6.1, so it's the very newest shape Transporter at the moment. 2-litre bi-turbo, 204 brake horsepower, Highline DSG short wheelbase combi in pure grey with a full ABT body styling and the 20-inch Momo satin black alloy wheels. Fantastic optional spec. I can't say every optional extra, but not far off. I say LED front and rear lights, electric tailgate, electric twin side loading doors, sat nav, of course all of the extras inside as well, things like the carpet lining and the leather seats and the lovely flat bottom steering wheel. Of course, covered under manufacturer's warranty until May 2024 and ready here with us to drive away today. If you'd like to see the full advert, if you haven't already, please head over to our website bridgeendvans.co.uk. This is where you'll find the photography, the description, and most importantly, of course, the price. We will welcome inquiries on either of the numbers listed here at the bottom of the sign. We can take cars or vans in part exchange, so bear in mind if you want to put your vehicle in part exchange, we can take all sorts of vehicles in Part X. By all means, contact someone here and we'll be able to help you with that. We can deliver our vehicles nationwide, and of course we can offer finance at very competitive rates as well. Thank you very much for watching.